Hello everyone, Riley here with the T-Storm Chasers. We will jump into our weather video in just a moment, but first, here is a word from our friends at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Alright guys, good afternoon out there. Today is Thursday, July 9th, 2026. A little bit different style video today. I'm out of office. Let's go ahead and dive into our latest weather video. We do have some things to go over. We do have some active weather out west. We do have a few non-severe thunderstorms going on out in western South Dakota. We have one strong thunderstorm over here near the Parmalee and Norris areas in South Dakota here. Pretty strong thunderstorm there. Farther west in the Black Hills, we have some other pop-up thunderstorms out near Custer and west of Rapid City. And then north of Rapid City in northwestern South Dakota, we do have some areas of thunderstorms, a couple of strong thunderstorms, one up near Lodgepole, another one west of Faith. And so this activity is expected to ramp up as we go throughout the remainder of the afternoon and heading into the evening hours. Also, do want to throw this out there. The Storm Prediction Center has highlighted western South Dakota for a potential weather watch. They are keeping an eye on western South Dakota. 40% chance of a weather watch being possible, and that would include all forms of severe weather, and mainly a strong wind threat and a large hail threat. And then farther south here into western Nebraska, there's one severe thunderstorm warning right now in between Scottsbluff and Chadron. This is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 2-inch hail. Damage threat is considerable. That is, again, just south of Chadron. And there is also a flash flood warning as well in the panhandle of Nebraska over Crawford, Nebraska, just west of Chadron. Other than that, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that is in place across western Nebraska. And this is in effect until 11 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Mountain Time, for that strong damaging wind threat of 60 to 70 mile per hour winds, and then also that hail threat as well. And then also up into North Dakota, they have just issued a new severe thunderstorm watch, and that includes Bismarck and Jamestown. This is for central and a large chunk of North Dakota. And this new watch is posted until, looks like, midnight tonight, and that is for strong winds, large hail, and a low tornado threat. And if we take a look at our satellite imagery across our Northern Plains region, we have seen a mix of clouds and sun today. For the most part, Sioux Falls has been sunny and more cloud cover out to the west where we do have those showers and thunderstorms. All right, and going over our temperature map across our region today, we have been in the 80s to low 90s. We did hit 90 degrees in Pierre today, 83 in Sioux Falls, 83 in Aberdeen, 85 in Mulbridge. It is a slightly cooler air out in Rapid City in the Black Hills where we've had rain and thunderstorms, 78 in Rapid City. Down into Nebraska, 89 in North Platte, 85 in Kearney, 83 in Omaha where we have had sunshine. And in Minnesota and Iowa, no exception, has been in the 80s as well, 83 in the Minneapolis area and 83 in Des Moines. So a mild July day out there. But we are going to be seeing some big changes, especially in the temperature map department, as we head into this weekend, into next week. I'll go ahead and discuss that in a couple of minutes. All right, so here is the latest Storm Prediction Center severe weather outlook map here. And we do have the slight risk level 2 out of 5 in yellow for western South Dakota, western Nebraska, and into central North Dakota. Jamestown, Bismarck, down through Mulbridge, Faith, down to Rapid City in the Black Hills, and then down into the panhandle of Nebraska, western Nebraska. So this is where we are going to be seeing severe weather and thunderstorm activity throughout the remainder of the day in that yellow shaded area. We also do have the marginal risk that extends, outlines the yellow shaded area in the dark green. That includes Pierre, North Platte, Buffalo, and Grand Forks. And then as we look at the different probabilities, we don't see a tornado risk, but we are looking at the strong wind and hail threat as well. The wind threat, strongest risk is going to be down in western Nebraska, North Platte to Scottsbluff. These areas looking at the 15% SIG 1 risk in the black and yellow shaded areas. And then the 15% in yellow for southwestern South Dakota, western Nebraska, and then we do have the 5% there for areas in brown for Pierre and Rapid City and Points North. And the hail risk is going to be there as well, 15% in yellow outlined there, and then 5% in brown. After that, as we head into tomorrow, the Storm Prediction Center has added a marginal risk of severe weather for extreme eastern South Dakota into Minnesota, Watertown, Brookings to Marshall, and then Points North here across western Minnesota. We do have this outlook. This is strictly for hail threat. We're looking at a low-end hail threat for this area in brown for these areas for tomorrow, but the severe threat tomorrow is going to be low. And then after that, we do not see any severe weather chances moving forward after that. We are going to see a pattern change, and that is going to be the main reason why we're not going to be seeing a severe weather risk. It is going to turn hot and dry. All right, so let's go ahead now and dive into the latest forecast model. Let's go ahead and see what we are looking at for these thunderstorms for the remainder of the evening hours. For this evening, we are going to see this activity that will continue out west. Western South Dakota, western Nebraska. That's the area we're going to be focused on for scattered thunderstorms and strong to severe thunderstorms. Rapid City, we're looking at around that 7 to 8 o'clock time frame is when we're looking at for thunderstorm activity. Mulbridge, same thing, around that 8 o'clock time frame. Now, that's central time, so you go an hour less as we head into mountain time. So that would be 7 p.m. mountain time for the Rapid City area. And then as we play this out, it looks like this will kind of form into a line, mainly across Nebraska. It looks like we will be seeing two separate clustered lines of thunderstorms by the time we get towards around that 9 to 10 o'clock time frame. That's around the time that it gets dark out. So it does look like by the time it gets dark, we are going to see two separate clustered lines of thunderstorms and severe weather. One down here in Nebraska, and then one up north in extreme northern South Dakota, maybe up towards Mulbridge, Eureka, but more specifically up into central and eastern North Dakota, Jamestown, up towards Grand Forks. Now, as we play this out the rest of the nighttime hours, we will see some of this activity that will linger into northeastern South Dakota, it looks like. This is the map at 2 a.m., and you can see Aberdeen, northeastern South Dakota, we're looking at scattered thunderstorms. And then Aberdeen to Sisseton there around 3 a.m. So overnight tonight, some of these spots up north here into, again, Aberdeen, maybe towards Sisseton, around that, after midnight and towards the early morning hours, that we are looking at chances for thunderstorms. Even Watertown, maybe around 5 a.m., looking at thunderstorms as well. Maybe Brookings by around that 6 or 7 o'clock time frame in the morning. And then the Sioux Falls area, maybe even by tomorrow morning around that 8 to 9 o'clock time frame. So it is interesting that the forecast models are trying to push some isolated rain showers, maybe isolated thunderstorms for the Sioux Falls area tomorrow morning. Kind of hugging along the I-29 corridor, moving in a southerly direction overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. All right, and then as we head into tomorrow's outlook, let's go ahead and see what we are looking at. Tomorrow afternoon, it looks like we will get a break. There could be some isolated thunder showers across Nebraska, North Platte towards Omaha. Now, as we head into the afternoon hours tomorrow afternoon. We could see some isolated thunderstorms redeveloping in southwestern Minnesota, maybe out towards Brookings, maybe up towards Millbank by around 5 p.m. And look at that, though. Southwestern Minnesota could be a spot to watch here around 5 p.m. tomorrow. If thunderstorms can get going, they can break the cap, if you will. And look at this, by 6 p.m. we could see some more redevelopment of thunderstorms just north of the Sioux Falls area, perhaps in between Sioux Falls and Brookings. Maybe hitting Sioux Falls by 7 p.m. Here is the map at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening, impacting Brookings to Sioux Falls and then towards Marshall. So if that scenario plays out, we need to be weather aware because this could pack a punch. Could be a strong thunderstorm, perhaps embedded with this activity. And by 8 to 9 o'clock, a lot of this will start to fall apart, it looks like, by around 9, 10 p.m., around the time it gets dark. And then that will be the end of that system. Other than that, for the rest of us, we are not going to be seeing anything tomorrow. It's just going to be that one spot, really, in extreme eastern South Dakota, basically from Sioux Falls up towards Millbank, and then points east into Minnesota for tomorrow. Alright guys, one last thing I wanted to show you guys is the temperature map that is going to be over the next several days. We are going to be seeing some big time changes. If you guys think right now is warm, just get ready, because starting this weekend into next week, we are looking at some major changes. Starting tomorrow, we're going to be seeing one last quote-unquote cooler day. We're going to be seeing mild temperatures similar to what we had today, really. 80s to low 90s again tomorrow across the region, mainly the warmer air out to the west in western South Dakota. I know it's a little bit small there for our region to see. Just wanted to show a broader view of the temperature map because we're not going to be alone in this. This is going to be a full-scale heat wave across the entire country. Just look at Saturday. We're talking temperatures already into the 90s across the region, across our region. So when I'm talking about the temperatures, I'm talking about our region, but the map is showing the entire country. Now looking at Sunday, we're going to be seeing the first triple-digit heat day, especially out west, out towards Rapid City. Triple-digit heat is going to be on the horizon for these areas. Even Sioux Falls, we're talking mid to upper 90s across our entire region, and then mid to upper 90s to 100-degree weather. That is some serious heat, and so we need you guys to be aware of this and make sure your guys' ACs are working because you are going to need it. We are looking again ahead here into next week, Monday. Same story, upper 90s to 100-degree heat, and then same thing on Tuesday. It looks like on Tuesday might be the hottest day for the Sioux Falls area. 100 degrees on the table on Tuesday, upper 90s to 100-degree heat on Tuesday. Same thing on Wednesday, and then on Thursday of next week, same story. Friday, same story. Taking us out towards the following weekend. Same story, 90s to 100-degree heat each and every day. Now, according to the latest on the European model, maybe by next Sunday, that's taking us out to July 19th, we might finally start to break out of this pattern. But until then, we are looking at an extreme heat dome that is going to be building across the country. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I know it was a little bit different setup today. I'm not at the studio, unfortunately. We're having some work at the studio. So if you guys did enjoy, be sure to drop a like, comment down below, let us know your thoughts on this weather pattern. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring those notification bells so you don't miss any of our future videos. Check us out also on Facebook, X, and Instagram so you don't miss any of our content over there. And check us out on TikTok as well. We post daily short videos over there. So be safe out there.